Hello, and welcome back to the Bible Study Girl podcast. This is Sarita, but you probably know me as Bible Study Girl, and I'm still trying to shake off the cobwebs because I'm used to Bible Study Brother having to give the introduction since we're so far away and I can't hear the music. But anyway, we're together today, so I was able to say hi to y'all first. The next voice you will hear is the executive producer of this podcast, Bible Study Brother.
Hello, it is I, Bible Study Brother, also known as Icarus Gray over at Gray Area Anime. Put my name in all of the streaming things and you will find some really good music to pass the time. But I almost forgot. Did I say this is the most wonderful podcast of y'all day?
You did not.
Y'all need to know this is the most wonderful podcast of your day. So go listen to that music.
All right. We're so excited, guys. You know, I stay begging, hoping, wishing someone will come on the podcast to talk about their faith walk. And today we have a lucky winner. Our guest is long overdue, was actually supposed to be on the podcast a couple years ago, but you know, the bottom fell out on that day, so we did not get together.
It did.
And also,
I forgot about that.
I don't know what you want me to call you, by your government name or what. You introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Bible study cousin, a.k.a. Lukie, a.k.a. 8-Ball, Johnny M. Something Jr., whatever you want to call me.
Okay, yeah, because you know, I know you as Lukie, but I'm like, that's not his government name, and that might be, I don't know how the people in the streets, I don't know how they know you. So,
I mean, I couldn't tell you how many years it was before I knew that he had a different name.
Yeah, that wasn't his government name, because that was his name.
It is what it is.
And like he said, he is our cousin. So welcome to the podcast, cousin.
Thank you.
Calm down, y'all. Calm down.
It
Calm
is a
down.
pleasure.
We are so
He is
excited.
a taken man. Calm down.
We are so excited and thankful that you were willing to sit down with us today. We get to sit down in person, and it is Faith Walk Journey time.
And you're our first guest of 2023, and the first guest we've had in a long time to get to talk about their faith walk.
He's the first guest we've had.
Lead by example, you know.
I already knew when she came in here.
As our little lady just comes in making us all the noise she can, rattling these bags.
My grandma's in here.
And she can't hear us.
She can't because she hard of hearing. She's getting ready to make a cherry pie.
Even though she know, we said we recording a whole podcast.
Hey, listen.
She can hear some of it. Grandma.
No, listen. This is real life. Make your cherry pie.
Happening.
Make your cherry pie.
Grandma, open that in there. She gonna look at it.
Wow.
She not acting like a lie.
You know how it is. We're going to keep it 100 on this show.
Yeah,
you know?
It is.
That is true.
Hey, we in the kitchen, man. It's going down.
It's going down.
It's going down in the kitchen, you know.
So we're so excited to have you. It's long overdue. This is one of my favorite parts of the podcast, like faith journeys, faith walks. I love to talk about them.
Right.
I love to hear people's stories. And Bible Study Brother is always rooting and looking for a guest. So we're glad that you accepted the invitation.
Of course.
I'm glad to have you here, cousin. So one of the first things I asked, my grandma's still making the pie. She had to turn the oven on. That's what the beeps was. It's fine, Grandma. You got your pan?
No, she's thinking that the only thing that was requested of her was not to talk. She said all this other noise y'all just gonna have to deal with, because that's why she stopped and just looked.
No, but for real, do you have your pan? This is why I like the authenticity. This is real life. And we're talking about real life things today.
We told y'all about not surviving the holidays, but
celebrating the
holidays.
And that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
and I'm thankful that we have the opportunity to do that. So, Lukie, a.k.a. Johnny, or whatever.
Y'all call me, can I be Bible study cousin today?
No, because Tamika was Bible study cousin, and she's gone on to glory.
Part 2. I'm going to represent for her today.
Okay.
I still be cousin Lukie, though.
You
be cousin Lukie, but I'm doing it for 2.
You can be Bible study cousin because we have another cousin that I think also wants to be Bible study cousin. It's just not going to happen. But you can be Bible study cousin part 2. You can be, yeah.
I'm saying that's my AKA. I'm going to be Lukie first, though.
Okay. So, Grandma, go on, put it in the oven, girl.
It's the look for me.
She's looking at me like, put it in there.
She looking at you more like, I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah. I hope it's good, too. Did you put your timer on? So you know how long it's been in there? Because you're going to be in forgot. You're going to be asking me, and girl, I ain't going to be able to tell you.
I ain't gonna ask. 'Cause you're doing, I get it.
Okay. So one of the first questions I'm going to ask you is, do you remember when you got baptized?
Yes, I do.
So what made you decide to get baptized? You from the old school church
From
tradition?
the old school St. Luke Missionary Baptist Church down in Turkey Scratch.
Mourner's bench.
All of that.
All of that. Kevin and Tamika got baptized on the same day. Did you go before or after them? Do you remember? Because they didn't put you in the water that day.
No. No, when you get off of the morning bench, they set a date, and we went down and we didn't go in the little clear pool, the little very hygienic health department inspected, FDA approved thing. We were down in some muddy water, man.
Yeah, I was in the water.
Cars was going over the bridge and just fish was jumping out of the water. And we were just out there.
So did you go, do you know if you got baptized before them or after them? Do you remember how old you were?
I think it was before then.
Do you know how old you were?
I'm thinking I was like 4th grade. That should have been like 9 or 10.
Okay.
Something
What
like
made
that.
you decide to go? What made you decide?
I didn't want to go to hell right then. I didn't. It was like once it was explained to me, it was like, look here, they got this fire and all this stuff down there. And I said, Mama, I paid you keep the house hot. I already know I don't like the heat.
Yeah.
And I can avoid eternal damnation by joining this team.
Right. I'm getting in.
And I like winning.
So you was like,
That is a fact.
So I have to get on the winning team. And there I am.
and there you were. So do you remember much about church when you were growing up? Like, did you go to Sunday school? What was your?
I remember my Sunday school teacher died in Sunday school.
For real?
Do it now.
During
No, just go ahead. Tell
Play.
the
Fell
story.
out
See this one.
fell out in the choir stand, died at church in Sunday school at St. Luke.
For real?
Yeah.
I've never heard this story before.
And this is why.
I thought she was getting the
this
Holy
podcast.
Ghost. She just stiffened up and put her hands up and fell back. And she
Did
was
you go get some help?
We was all in church. I mean, the help was everywhere. I figured they'd say a couple words and it's gonna be what's gonna be.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, but it was in Sunday school and that was our Sunday school teacher for the kids. Mm-hmm. And Sunday school was over, and they have a little brief intermission, and then later you start service. Mm-hmm. And she was in the choir stand, and what was her name? Was it Miss Lucy? I think it was Miss Lucy. She just fell out and never stood back up.
That's crazy.
And at first,
You laughed?
no, I didn't laugh. I was used to people get the spirit.
Oh, well, yeah. So
But
you
usually when they fall out, they make a dramatic recovery. They come back and then they go and buck wild. Well, she didn't do all that.
she
And they got a crowd, and then they did the one thing that all black people do at church when somebody fall out that fixes them. They fan. They was fanning
her.
Boy, they was fanning her. And only thing else left was to be give us some ginger ale because that's like medicine for us.
Yeah, that's
Give her
fact.
ginger ale or either fan or it didn't work.
And it didn't work, and she was
But it was
gone.
time. It was her time though. She was not like in her 30s, and I mean this is
Older lady.
over 70.
Okay.
She had lived a full life. She had did a lot of stuff, and she was teaching Sunday school.
So do you remember who started teaching you after that?
I think I moved on to the adult class as a teenager, but Mr. Woody's, I think that was his niece or his granddaughter, one of them. She started teaching. Later on, and Linda became the Sunday school teacher, but I was well out of that class by then.
Yeah, Mama was saying that.
But I could read better than my Sunday school teachers anyway, so
I can see that happening.
yeah.
That is a fact.
I said, "What's this word?" And I tell them what it is. I give them a brief explanation of it, so they can.
Mama said Aunt Linda used to be her Sunday school teacher at one point. So I guess she just did this. She took a break and came on back in. And I know she was your kid's Sunday school teacher. Lifelong Sunday school teacher.
Well, she was my teacher at one time when
Was
she was
she?
at the daycare center.
Mine too.
And
You know,
I wish.
I don't know if my mom was paying for that.
I feel
I
like
think I was just hanging out with my auntie. She had daycare center that she was at. And I think I was riding under the radar, but I drank enough jungle juice and ate enough snacks. I mean, I thought I was.
I think we all did because I.
No, not all of us.
Okay,
because
Joe
I wanted
didn't.
to so bad.
Joe didn't.
I was big mad. I thought that's just what happened. You get to go get talked by Aunt Linda,
But no.
or Aunt Doris and them give you books or whatever, so you can get yourself right. But it was just me and my granny in St. Louis at the library.
Doris never gave me no book. She gave me something. It was a bit of education and what not to do at church.
Spare the rod, spoil the child. So she was making sure
She
that
had
you
a
weren't
keychain,
spoiled.
man. And it had a tab of leather on it, bigger than his iPhone. Mm-hmm. And she lay that sucker across your thigh like that. Pow.
She was just keeping you in line.
Yeah, she didn't chew her cabbage twice. She said it one time and she tattooed
And
that
she
thigh.
was done.
Yeah.
She didn't.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
where Kanae at? Kanae, have you ever heard she didn't chew her cabbage twice? Write that in your list of sayings.
Oh, we're gonna have an episode where I bring Kanae in to tell y'all some of these sayings that we've gotten from our
Since
grandmother.
we've been here. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm not
That we
chewing,
had never heard somebody
because I'm
say.
gonna start using it. That's why I asked you. I'm not chewing my cabbage twice.
Thank you.
You heard me. Okay.
Oh no, she never did that.
No, she didn't. She meant what she
Ever.
said, and she said what she meant. But then she got old, and I hate that. This new generation don't know the Aunt Doris that I knew, boy, because she get you in line like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she did get on the new generation one time, and I was
Oh
rooting
no,
for her.
I was just gonna tell you. I know what you was talking about. Yeah, but I ain't gonna.
I'm not gonna put him out there,
Nah,
but I
not
was rooting
today.
for her. I was like, get him, Aunt Doris, because these kids need to know.
Man, because
You
the
mean
thing
what you
is,
say,
Who
what's
did
funny?
she get?
Kyron?
Something tough.
He needed it too.
He needed it.
Yeah,
and
he
she
needed
got it.
something
And I was like, he don't know.
But the
She's
thing
an
was,
assassin.
when Aunt Doris came in, if we was, me, Pat, Rockwell, or if we acting up, or most of the time messing with Vicky, she would come in, and it wasn't no talking.
Yeah.
Because
already-
she knew somebody had already told y'all to stop.
Right.
No, y'all just seem to want to.
Y'all wanna try her?
Clearing
Wanna try
that
her?
switch. Oh Lord, don't get me.
She didn't have to whoop me, Angel. Anyway, back to you, Lukie.
That's crazy.
Hey, I'm
So-
here.
so-
I'm in the house.
Okay, so you talked about joining church because you didn't want to go to hell. Do you feel like your relationship or your walk with Christ has changed since your
Of course, everything evolves and changes over time. Some people get weaker in their faith. Some people get stronger. Some people take it to another level.
So where would you say your faith is right this second?
Probably at its highest peak so far.
Really?
Yeah, because as you go on in life, you experience more things, and I've been through a lot of things.
You definitely have. You've
Yeah,
lived
it's-
quite a life. And
So-
see, here's the
so
thing.
if God wasn't real, I wouldn't be here right now because
That's what I was gonna ask you
I've
about.
been through some things.
Yes, you have.
Not so much about where you are now, but like when, like, cause see, for me, my big cousins were some of the coolest people in the world to me.
Yeah,
So I got to know what hard work was and what spending your money. And like for me, the '90s era is encapsulated in who my cousins
Right.
were and are. In terms of just how they moved around, and I wanted to be like my big cousins. I wanted them to listen, show me the ropes, show me what's going on with the world. A quick story tied into this. So it was the summer before ninth grade for me, and I had been trying every summer, every year. I try to go and spend a week or something with my cousin. My cousin would be like, "All right, I'm gonna let you come spend a week with me. I'm gonna let you come spend a week with me." And every time I came, I get about a day or 30 minutes before he had something else he had to do. I came up there, newly married. He was in an apartment in Conway.
okay, yeah.
And we was gonna go to the pool and everything else. We chilled at the pool for a little bit, but I think you would get sick. I think it was like when
That was back when I needed the lung surgery.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, I thought we was gonna get you to spend time. But anyway, so we fast forward to ninth grade. I finally get to spend a couple of days with my cousin. Me and my cousin Patrick are down here with my cousin.
Yeah.
And he takes us to, and it's not a whole lot to do in West Hamilton. So he takes us to this during the time of the airbrush and embroidery times. So he took me to this little shop, and he was gonna give me and my cousin whatever we wanted. Right. And he got me I got a headband and 2 wristbands. So the 2 wristbands had JG on them, and the headband had Don Juan on it.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have a
picture? Do you have a picture?
No, but I mean you probably if y'all got any pictures of me in the talent show somewhere, yeah, you'll have that.
I'm sure there's,
and it'll be on it. And I had a hat. No, the hat had Don Juan, but no, wait,
I'ma look.
So he got me. It was 2 wristbands.
I think the wristbands and the headband came
a headband and then the hat. Yeah. And so we was fresh as we could possibly be. I can picture this whole
look, but I want to see a picture.
And they was they were turquoise, so it was a little like it wasn't the blue I wanted because they didn't have the blue I wanted.
Teal blue, yeah, like Charlotte type color.
Yeah. And so and that's he gave me.
But he was what you call G'd up at the time. That's what they
Yeah.
Is that what that's called?
Clean.
Is that what?
I thought
sharp as a rat turd on both ends.
Man, listen.
Kane. Sharp as a rat turd on both ends. Put that in your book, girl. Kane is my home girl, and she is keeping a running time.
We done got some good ones.
This is a good one. I
can't wait to do the episode of this.
Okay,
but that was one of my favorite times. I had finally got to spend time with my cool cousin in his crib, and this before he moved into the house there in Gillingham. He's still in Helena at this point. Yeah. And so, man, we just chilling. He got every channel in the world. We able to watch anime. We might have ate pizza that night. Listen, this is back when you didn't have to do too much to entertain, but it's just cool, man.
But it was back then, we was getting good at video games too. So we was getting that in too.
Oh, we did a lot of I think we did a lot of Street Fighter and live
fighting games.
Yeah. And then, as y'all know, Gray Area Anime, my love for anime also comes from my relationship with my cousin here because we are Dragon Ball Z fanatics.
Right.
We would look up every internet thing in the world, and every time he see me, he said, "No, man, I don't know if you know about this." I said, "Now you know I know about this," and we sit there talking, and then Patrick would try to get in at some point and be like, "Patrick, that's not none of that is true."
I don't think they had internet.
So none of that is happening.
I don't think it had made it to Marvel yet.
So because looking at the thing, it was about 2003 when England had her whole little setup, and probably a little bit before that, if that.
I was
laughing because people thought Dragon Ball Z was new when it hit Cartoon Network. They was like, "Oh no!"
Oh no, so you awesome. Broke that, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And I went and I looked, and it was the first time that my mind got shattered, and I was like, "This been over for 10 years."
Yeah.
Before it ever
came here.
It's not new episode. It's not new for everybody. It's just new for us.
Yeah. And then that was the watered down version that we saw.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Dragon Ball Z Kai where they saw the blood and the guts and mild profanity.
Yeah, like mild.
Yeah, mild, very mild.
Kind of like the last episode.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, I'm not gonna say.
You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
You made me tell you about yourself. Because you asked me a question in the podcast and I said a word that we normally don't use.
He cussed me in the last podcast. I forgot about that.
Well, I'm sorry, but
so the people that heard the cut. I'm
the rough around the edges. I don't shudder and stuff like this. Okay.
So all of that aside, because normally I do take a time when I'm talking with my cousins to tell them the thing that. I love y'all. Y'all really inspired me. Y'all was the ones I wanted to be like and do stuff like. And, ain't nothing slicking in a can of oil. And you just got to, gotta know how to talk. And if I don't know nothing else, I do know how to talk.
You do know how to talk.
That's what's up.
So with that being said, tell me about, where was you and God when you was, out here? When you was out here. I ain't YSL. I ain't none of them. So I ain't incriminating nothing. But... so
it was a little something. I had a few adventures out there.
Yeah,
a few shootouts, a few fights. Did a few illegal deals. You know what I mean?
So it wasn't no where was you and God? Because I know you knew him because we.
Yeah. He was taking care of fools and babies back then. I was good. Yeah, so it's all good. So I was just as foolish as I needed to be.
Yeah.
Were you going to church then? No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
you
doing
were.
drive-bys on Fridays and Saturdays. Serious business. This is real.
And then going to church on Sunday.
Made curfew every night. You guys, my folks.
But just
Fold my bandanas up real nice, stick them in my pocket, go in the house.
and then
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, whatever, man. You know.
Listen,
People
so
don't believe me, man. They laugh and stuff. I'm saying, man, back in the 90s, man, we was kidnapping folks, man. It's real. Torturing them, man. Drive-by shooting, everything. Yeah.
I always tell people when I be like, you really just shouldn't mess with me.
Hey, you
Or
gotta
end up in certain situations.
that's big sales. They talk about spinning the block and we gonna have it, man. I had AKs, man. By the time I got to high school, I had what they calling Dracos now. They wasn't called Dracos back then. They were just AK-47 pistols or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had
So
Dracos. By the time I got to high school, I had all that.
So what's your pull to the wild side?
It was
It's
too
the
easy.
90s.
It was too easy.
Can you
My
let
bad.
him
Yeah,
answer
go
his
ahead.
question?
Go ahead.
Because it's his
fine.
story.
I mean, everybody was doing it, but I'm just saying it was just too easy for me, man. My mind was pretty advanced, and like I always been above average intelligence. I've been probably an underachiever in life. I probably could have been very brilliant, but I enjoyed.
You feel like you're
I enjoyed.
You feel like you're an underachiever?
Well, I probably should have been ruling the world by now.
You think?
Yeah, I should have had my own island out there somewhere, just ruling a sovereign country or something, Yeah, but it was a little too easy for me. I had to get out the drug dealing because it was too easy, and I figured I was gonna get to a level where I was gonna catch a RICO charge.
So that's what made you stop? Just you didn't want to go to prison?
Well, I just always liked to be on a winning team, and I had so many partners. I had so many partners get killed. And just one particular time, we was in Barton. All y'all was there. We was all playing cards. It was like the time between Christmas and New Year's. Mm-hmm. And we was playing cards. My mom and dad hadn't got the new house. They were still in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Playing cards in the kitchen. And one of my partners, Roger Craig, they call him Piomi. Mm-hmm. Now, a little background on my partner, Piomi. I know that sounds like a crazy name, right? Well, when we first got out of high school, he had a little stint as a male stripper.
Oh.
And he was so fine, this woman just tore her shirt up and just said, pee on me.
Oh,
just
no.
Pee on me. Just pee all over me. And that's how he got his name. And stuck, So now everybody call him pee on me. You know what I'm saying? Now, it sounds like a regular name. But
It does, but if you
But
break
pee on
it
me
down-
means pee on me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a partner. But, anyway, that's how he got his name. But his real name, Roger Craig, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. The night he got killed, he came to pick me up. We was going to go to Forest City. And we had a little, what they call, a little play to catch. You know what I'm saying? We was going to make a little extra money right quick and turn around and come right back. But I was kicking it, and, Michael was down there. Everybody was there. We was kicking and having fun. So I said, man, I'm just going to chill with my folks tonight, man. You go and handle that business. We'll deal you up and get straight, whenever. So he was like, bet. He left. 2 hours later, he got shot 17 times. In the front seat of his car, got robbed. He dead.
That could have been you.
Could have been me a lot of times. Y'all just don't know.
But how did that?
I pulled up at a stop sign. Dude pulled across the road in front of me, and dude jumped up out the back of the truck and just started lighting it up. Yeah.
So how did that, like at that moment, I think sometimes losing homies and losing close friends changes the conversations we had with God.
Right.
So in that moment, you done lost P on me.
I feel bad for his family. I know he was just like me. He, it is what it is, Just like you sign up for the army, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
So I really felt bad for his mom, especially when the police said what they said to her. She asked 2 weeks after the funeral was over, she asked, y'all got any leads? And she's really worried about, getting justice. And they told her, well, we haven't really looked into it. This Forest City Police Department. We haven't really looked into it because we had warrants on him anyway. We was watching him. That was all they said. Never done nothing. Whoever killed him, they still walking around.
Well,
Or maybe we think. I'm just saying, as far as I know, they walking around.
Yeah, we know a little bit about.
nah,
we
we don't do that. That's a
don't
whole.
talk-
That's a
don't-
whole nother episode. Bro. We ain't even doing that. I don't think we did a little bit of that.
It's more to that than y'all think, though. I actually figured it out.
Okay. So that we'll talk about that. So like, I guess in terms of like the things you've done and just being in that relationship, being where you are now, how did, I mean, the year that affected all of us, how did 2021 affect you in terms of your relationship? Because I pulled closer in a certain way, but I also know that I was out there in the wilderness mentally.
Honey, I did not pull closer 2021. I was like, God, who? But go ahead. What was your?
No. I was. I'm gonna say. I didn't stray away. I was about where I was the whole time. Only thing I was saying was, what y'all want to do. Because I do this for real.
Yeah.
Because the following day, my dad had went down to Turkey Scratch and went to see about Aunt Joyce, and then a news reporter came. Well,
oh, you talking about?
He talking about Uncle
you
Mike.
talking about Uncle
Yeah,
Mike?
I'm
I was
talking about-
okay. I was talking about 2021 in terms of that for, but you gonna
I ain't got there
get
yet.
okay. Go
I
ahead.
ain't got there yet.
Go ahead.
He like, I'm going back.
Yeah, I'm going back to like
okay.
where.
So he's talking about
So-
after our uncle was murdered, this is where you was. Go ahead.
And some things that came to light about, how do I say this? The person that did it, who remained nameless at this point in time,
Yeah, just walk. Just
had certain strings pulled for them because of blood relations to other people. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Okay.
And it kind of greased the wheels. But nobody else can trespass
and
on somebody's land, come over there and kill them and leave and be okay.
right.
But anyway, so we was down there seeing about my aunt because her son had been murdered, my cousin, and that was my guy, man. You know what I'm saying? We had to, but we was just like any other set of brothers. We got along. We go down there and tear the club up, fight, break tables on folks.
I believe.
Man, I remember Michael got to fight one night and dude shot him. And he turned around and beat dude up and took the pistol. Didn't go to the hospital. Came back to Turkey Scratch, got in the bed, went to sleep.
Well,
I believe every bit of it.
The next morning was Sunday morning. Patrick was a baby. Barefooted, running around with a little t-shirt and pants on. Went in the room where Michael was, walked through the house with the pistol. I'm talking about we had stopped by grandma's house before we went to Sunday school. And she'd all had them biscuits on the stove. So everybody would get a couple of strips of bacon and a biscuit and hit the dough, going out there, trying to go to sleep in church.
Yeah.
Patrick running through the house playing bang, 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 a real pistol. Michael then got shot with the pistol. Done beat somebody but took the pistol. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was a 380. He was running through the kitchen. And I think my daddy seen it. Oh, I couldn't stop laughing. It was funny, but it wasn't funny.
it wasn't funny, but it was fun.
No, let me tell you.
But I got some stories, boy.
No, okay, real quick. So I'm gonna say what happened at Christmas. So basically the same kind of thing happened with Connect. We chilling in the kitchen, and you know how you and her big seals roll around.
Yeah.
And so she looked down and she was like, "What is this?" And so the stock is folded, and so she like, "Is this a laser?" And she said, "Is this real?" And I done had a couple shots and some Hennessy. I drink from time to time. People, it's fine.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And I'm just like, put that down, put that down, put that down. But yeah, same thing. It happens all the time. Y'all just y'all the real deal.
In case y'all listeners don't know, I stay strapped. I'm strapped at the podcast. See, I got one on me now. Little Glock 26, ready to go.
That's the sound you hear.
Yeah, that's the real deal, man. You talk to a real one right now. But anyway, I had another story, man. He was fearless, man. This dude, man, was something. See, I know stories y'all don't know, man.
Clearly,
And we
because I
want them.
don't.
Because that one, it's plausible.
This dude went outside, and I don't know what you would call this, but he had, I ain't gonna say a superpower, but he had a talent where he could make animals do what he wanted them to do. And people don't believe that's real.
Oh no, that's
did.
real.
This dude
I know what's
charmed a water moccasin. He charmed a water moccasin took a shoestring, made a leash out of it, and walked it like a dog back to the house. Put it on the dresser and tied it to a lamp. And the snake stayed there. So the snake was laying on the dresser, and my daddy thought it was fake. I said, Daddy, back up. That's a real snake. Michael got a water moccasin on a leash, and it didn't get loose. Just in the house, Mama picture walking around the house, the snake was right there tied to a lamp on the dresser.
How long the snake stay?
I don't know. I think after they realized it was a real snake, it was either Michael had to go or the snake had to go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
He
sounds about
continued
right.
to live there, so I don't know if they took the snake outside and killed it, because they were probably scared to pick it up. Michael had a snake around his neck. That is a venomous snake.
Right.
It's cottonmouth.
He was like a wonder with
That is
animals.
what we
It was definitely a
dogs,
special-
horses
Goats,
did not
whatever.
matter.
Yeah, he had goats.
Yeah.
He had goats, all that stuff. But anyway, I got so far off the story.
But this is what we need. This is what I was
Okay,
expecting
so
from this episode.
the news reporter talked to my dad, and he talked to my Aunt Joyce, and then he wanted to talk to the other parties involved. But he didn't know his way around the country, so my dad had to show him which road to turn down to go talk to other people involved. So my dad got in the front, did the news thing of Channel 3, got behind him, then I got behind Channel 3 because I didn't want my dad down there by himself.
Right.
So they went down there, and when they turned to go down the street, the guy's son was in the yard, with his arms up, what's up? What you want to do now? He didn't really want it because, at that time I wasn't toting the Draco. I had the full, Russian AK with the 50-round drum on laying across my lap in the front seat. And he out there jumping up and down. He just didn't know how good I could make it dance. But I didn't want to do that in front of news people. They gonna tell it.
I think that was a wise decision.
Yes, but I'm gonna tell you something though. I had one person that was down for it.
I know who it was, and that's what I was going to say because I
I
remember.
had one person that was ready to go with me to handle this business.
I think you had more
You
than
had,
one.
you had more than one.
I'm gonna say I had one that was gonna do it though. They wasn't talking about it. They wasn't thinking about it. They was gonna do it. Cause the first time I ran up on one of them in public, and I gouged him with the pistol. I put the thing in his ribs, by the throat, and laid him back and said, "Look, man, don't roll your eyes at me. We ain't the B word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't like them. I ain't one of them. They gonna pray for you to get better. You
That
know what I'm
ain't
saying? You know what I'm saying? But I ain't that. I'm something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all in this congregation together, but everybody ain't wearing a choir robe. Some people in God's army got to tote the sword and the shield, baby, but I'm him.
You it.
I'm it.
You the dude.
Yeah. So I just let them understand, I ain't gonna say nothing to you. Don't you say nothing to me. We ain't friends, but we ain't enemies. It wasn't you. It was somebody related to you.
Right.
But by you staring me down, you act like you want to do something. You ain't the first person I done pulled a pistol on in Walmart.
It go down at Walmart.
It does.
Laid them across the jury counter. Yeah. That's real talk.
It goes down in Walmart. Several
Yeah.
occurrences in the Walmart.
So how you get to so how did you deal with the 2021? Because you down there, I know
Well,
you was really.
I'm
I know
gonna
you
be,
and
I'm gonna be
our
honest
uncle
with you, man. Other than my immediate supervisor at work and my parents, man, nobody else really know. I've been a counselor.
Okay.
I had to talk it over with somebody that could help me make it all make sense, because it was just too much, too close together, just all at one time.
Yeah.
And,
It was much. I think for everybody.
It was way more than we had ever. I mean, we hadn't had to deal with that since
Uncle Michael.
Uncle Michael, and that was still one person,
yeah,
and we still had, our net and our system. Like so much of our system and how we try to interact with each other changed in 6 weeks. On top of the fact that people getting COVID, we sick, we can't see each other, we can't get to be around each other. And whereas we would normally just be there to kind of lift each other up and talk to each other and stuff, now we I can't even get around. And then, I think the hardest part about Uncle Chauncey was just being so far away.
right.
like not even being able to until the funeral see him and whatever, and we was able to see him via Zoom or whatever, but that ain't it,
Right.
not for us.
Right.
And then I think by the time stuff happened with Atlanta, we get COVID, so I'm in the house, so I can't even, I was able to, I think the couple of days before the funeral, I was able to pop out because that was the end of our quarantine.
Right.
But there was so much going on that we talk about that all the time. The therapy for me was focusing on what God told me to do.
Right.
And he had told us to move the year before, and I was like, that's all I had. And I was out here preaching and trying to just stay talking to God about stuff because I knew what this was doing. And I just knew we had to kind of figure out what our roles were going to be, who we were going to be. We talked a lot in that regard. It's just, we need to talk when we had our, was it the year celebration when we went down there to release the balloons?
That wasn't a year. That was like Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Okay.
Yeah, we got together on Memorial Day.
And so that was like that moment of seeing everybody's face, and you could see what was on everybody's hearts and what we was feeling and what we was going through. Because Uncle Sean's funeral was not at all what it should have been.
I tried to make some excitement.
Oh no, you did. You did.
You know what you said.
I was looking for some problems.
I know you was. Everybody.
I got to the point where I just, I was like,
everybody.
What
you hit the nail on the coffin. That every congregation got different members with different roles, and you was ready to set it off. I was like, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, so I just let them know.
My stance was.
Oh, you say I can't sit here? I'm gonna sit here. Jay, have a seat. Hey, come on over and sit down. They say we can't sit here.
Bringing the smoke.
So they scoop their chairs over.
Every time.
They don't realize I ain't reaching with my hand. But I'm gonna touch.
Every time.
Every time.
Every congregation got
That's
different members.
See, I do got my cousin in me, but I'm changing.
No, you definitely have your cousin in you.
Okay.
You
Just
do.
long
Well,
as
I
you know.
tell you what though, I'm
See-
not who I used to be. Let me
No,
let me make
No,
that
you
disclaimer.
definitely are not.
I'm not
No.
who I used to be.
No, in a lot of ways, because go ahead.
But like everybody has a role. Everybody has a part to play. You
Right.
need all those different. You need somebody when it's time.
I'm saying you. I got you.
You
I
want
was just
me?
giving you. No, you're good. I was just giving you a sign that we can go up to that.
Okay.
That'll be fine.
Here come Grandma with her pipe. She's just not loud with it this time. Is it ready?
There's a
She
chair
can't
behind
hear.
her.
She can't hear.
Yeah, I think I changed a little bit in the sense that it used to be like firecracker. You light me, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna blow up wherever you light me at. You know what I'm saying? Now I try to find other alternatives.
I understand. Let me talk to you
Like-
about your therapy because I'm nosy. So, what made you decide? I mean, I know 2021 was a hard year for all of us, but what made you decide to do therapy and not shooting therapy, like counseling,
Okay.
versus,
Well,
or was it a combination
I knew
of
for
both?
sure that I was about to up the skull if I get stressed out anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Up the skull mean my enemies is gonna take a loss.
Kanae,
Whoever.
up the score.
No, see, I could have told you that.
Yeah.
If she's never heard. Have you heard that before? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
That
It's
one's
just
more
me.
standard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so-
Go ahead.
It's gonna be. We gonna make it either one way or another.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and at that point, if I'm already on the edge, it don't
Yeah.
take much to push me over. So
Right.
it was dangerous for a lot of people at that time.
Yeah. I think it was a dangerous for a
So-
lot of people around any of us.
Yeah, but I don't think
Oh,
they really
yeah, that's a
realized
fact.
how dangerous it was.
Right.
Yeah, but
So what
I just knew that with kids in my life, and I guess after this many years, I done got to know my kids to the point where I like them a lot. I love them, and I don't want them to have to do without me. So
Yeah.
I try to keep the crimes to a minimum at this point,
I don't know.
or
I can't do that.
unsolvable. So
either or.
either or, yeah,
Whatever they got to do. Because I know behind, it's a lot of people I ride behind. And
but prayer changes things. I know My mama pray for me, and I know my family members pray for me.
Do
And
you be
sometimes-
praying?
Yes, I have to pray.
What's your prayer life looking like?
I always pray, and this ain't no joke. I know y'all probably finna trip out, but this is what I pray for: true aim, because I don't want to miss.
But I think that's a good motto.
You
Not
know,
just for
'cause-
shooting people
because
up, but
I'm not saying just to shoot people up, but you know,
just to have a true aim on everything.
I'm saying my goals in life
Yeah.
and my enemies. I want to hit it all. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I have to tell my mama, you know, yeah, sometimes I don't pray to be safe. I just pray, you know, that I don't miss.
Right.
Because I see the result of missing. I ain't going to go into detail, but some people miss me.
Well, listen.
I had a guy jump up on the hood of my car. We sitting in the car chilling, talking. Me and my partner, we talking. And dude jumped up on the hood of the car, and I looked up. It was a shotgun. He emptied both barrels. And he missed. He's sitting on the hood of the truck. He jumped up.
So you
Shot down through the windshield of the driver's seat. Missed.
okay? So you had so many near-death experiences. What do you think the Lord? Why do you think the Lord is allowing you to continue to walk on this earth? Like, do you feel like you know what your purpose is? What you're supposed to be walking out and doing?
Well, I think I was misusing my talents at that time that I was given. I was doing questionable things in this world, and I was like, "Hey, y'all, come on, we can do this." And I was bringing more folks on board.
Mm-hmm.
Then one day something clicked in my head and said, "Man, this ain't right.
Right.
These guys are black. These guys are young. These guys are impressionable." But what really woke me up is that the ones that was looking at us, that was glorifying us, that was following our footsteps, was crazier than us. We had sins. We was raised right. I had a mom and a daddy. I went to church, and I was still doing this.
Mm-hmm.
These young guys didn't have daddies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They slept on the floor. They learned how to cook crack from us and how to chop up blocks and learn how to work a scale and all that from us. They lived and did drive-bys and caught bodies at 16 years old from watching us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like, man, I done messed up, man. I took these guys down the wrong road. They getting killed. They get doing 30 years to life. You know, they really messing up bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because a lot of folks, you know, I'm not bragging or nothing, but I don't not tell the truth when it comes to that.
You should
because
be honest.
sometimes you have to snatch the sheets off the bed to show up what's in it. You know, it's gonna be the good in the bed.
You done heard snatch the sheets off the bed before? Me either.
Yeah, that's
I'm
where you
not
see.
gonna
That's
lie.
where you see all the peace stains. You know, people
see.
glorify things and they
Cause
make
they
everything
writing
look
it
real
down.
good. You know, when you walk in somebody's bedroom
I
and the
know.
bed's made up, it's beautiful with the
But
pillows and the
snatch
teddy bear.
the-
You
I
snatch
like
the covers
it.
off and you see the peace stains. You know, you see the bad side of it, and that's what they didn't see. That all they seen was
The
was the fancy gang handshakes and you know what I'm saying, and the bandanas and the colors and the girls chasing us and, you know, the big money, you know, all that, you know. And they didn't see, you know, the people dying, you know what I'm saying.
So you think you know what your purpose is? Why?
Well, of course.
Why Lukie was put on this earth?
Of course.
What is it?
Well, to take that same energy and turn it around. You know what I'm saying? I can be a blessing to others. And I am a blessing to others.
You are. You blessed me for Christmas. Thank you, cousin.
That was nothing. Don't worry about it. No, for real though, I know this crazy. Y'all probably maybe not even believe it. But I help a lot of people. I feed people.
No,
Oh
know
no,
it.
I believe it because I know who
help
you
a
are.
lot of
I know you
people.
because you help. You
Just took care of two little girls. They mom was caught in a car fire and she got burned. The dad got burned. The guy that pulled them out of the car got burned. The mom been in the burn center for a year. They living with relatives. Didn't have much. They had a little short Christmas list. So I went to my sisters in OES, ordered Eastern Star, and I told them about the story. I told the fire department, you know, and I put some of my own money into it. I ended up being able to get them about $700 worth of stuff for Christmas, delivered it in person, took care of it. No pictures, no social media, nothing.
Right, you have a giving heart. I know that about
Yeah,
Right,
you.
right, right.
you,
So
you
I
always
took-
been very genuine. Like I said, you didn't have to do that summer. Like if you had just fed us, like that made me feel like I knew I was going to shut down 9th grade. They weren't going to be able to tell me nothing.
I gotta
Yeah.
find this picture.
Yeah.
It's like
But you know, I see my brothers out there and they count change, can't pay for food. I just pull up and say, "What's up, bro?" I said, "What you trying to get, man? I'll take care of it." pay for it and walk off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think God bless you to keep it in your pocket. He blesses you to be his blessing to somebody else. And believe it or not, it's been times where I woke up and didn't have $1. They finna turn my lights off. $1,500 fall out the sky.
I believe it.
Just go to the mailbox, just be money in there. And I ain't have to do nothing illegal to get it. Because when you bless, it comes back to you tenfold. But you can't do it with the motivation of being blessed back.
That is true. You
You
just
have to do
give.
it because you feel compelled and you have conviction to do it.
Yeah.
But it took me a long time to get there.
I think it takes but I do think generosity is something that runs through our family. I feel like we have a very generous family and a lot of people that are willing to give. Because I was noticing at Thanksgiving, I was looking at the younger generation. John Boy was helping outdoors. Kyron was doing something for. I mean, everybody was just helping, and I was like, "That's what it's about. You pass it on to the younger generation. Yeah. That's what we do. Right. Family helps family. We get it together."
So overall, what would you want to impart upon like somebody that's more like you in the streets and out here and just like on their walk with God and like why they should have one? Because like it's not gonna always like the streets don't love you like you think they do.
Right. Well, there's always one person that's gonna love you regardless of whether you sleeping in ditches and doing all kind of stuff or whether you in the pool pit, wherever you at. That's God.
Yeah.
Right.
I tell you guys, man, hold your head, man. Don't give up. When you give up and you fall into that trap, ain't no escape. That's why they call it a trap. That's a trap house. It's a crack house because it's just like how many mice get the cheese off the trap and live? You know what I'm saying? That's why they call it a trap. You know.
No, I know.
It's a stepping stone. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm really against them doing certain things, but realize that was just a stepping stone because you didn't have faith enough to wait on it.
Right.
Some people feel like they wait a certain amount of time, then they have to take over. What you gonna do that God can't do? What you taking over for?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I feel like if I let go of the wheel on the interstate, he got me. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, I done seen some stuff y'all couldn't imagine, man. You know what I'm saying? I done been locked up in jail before, boy. I broke somebody's leg out there in the jail, man, fighting over chicken strips of all things.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, man. So, you know.
But now, see, you
told him he was
another.
going to take my lunch, and I told him, well, prove it.
But see, he one of my cousins. You and Big C is like one or two people I know that when you say I ride behind, my respect, it's going to be that. Yeah. Like it ain't gonna be nothing else. But if wherever you want to take it is where we're gonna take it. But I respect you as a man first.
My folks tried to come get me out of jail, and they had to wait. We was having a full blown ride. We told the jail. I mean, they had to wait to get me out. They told the phone off the wall. Man, they couldn't talk to me. Trustees wouldn't come back. We was going down. Man, it was Crips, Bloods, Vice Lords, GDs, everything. They were going crazy up and down. TV tore off the wall. Phones tore off the wall.
What's the longest you ever stayed in jail?
Not too long. Man.
Okay.
But I didn't never went to prison. This is county jail. This is like
I know it's jail, not prison.
Them training wheels right there. That ain't gladiator school.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah. But days, not even probably more than a week. But I'm saying that's because I was one of the lucky ones that had means to get out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Funds to release me and lawyers or whatever, But everybody ain't that lucky. Some people gonna sit in there for a year waiting on the trial to tell them to go to prison or public defender,
Yeah, no.
I know my brother is wrapping us up.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he was giving me hands.
But I do want to say one thing before y'all wrap it up. Before y'all cut me off.
Wait, I was gonna ask you one more question, and I'm gonna let you just have free will.
Just best.
So what?
She gonna let me.
So what? You know what I mean?
Okay, cuz let.
So what is one thing, or what is the greatest lesson or faith lesson you think you can leave for your children? Like, is there one thing, lesson, or one?
Of course. I don't care how bad things look. If I fall out of an airplane, I believe I'm going to be okay until I don't be okay. In other words, when I fall out of the airplane, if I'm 2 inches from the ground, God still got me.
Okay.
And it's on him whether I live in this terrible place that we in, or he bring me on home and let me guard that door. You know what I'm saying? I stand at his door with a gun too. Hey, take care of being a spear, sword, whatever you got for me. Hey, I guard the door over there.
And I was just telling Joe, I don't know, and then I'm gonna let you say what you wanted to say. But I was just telling Joe that he's a man of great faith, because I think a lot of times people, man, you are a man of great faith, because my faith be lacking. It be lacking, but I need reminders. Like, no matter what, at the end of the day, he got it. He got it.
How many times?
So I think that's
how many times you done had to sleep outside?
I haven't ever.
Then why
Praise
don't you
the
have faith?
Lord.
I'm gonna tell you something. I see people and I observe people, and something I noticed as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
People go to church and I believe what the preacher say, and I got faith. They pray about stuff and they worry about it. They pray about stuff and they call their friend and they just, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I hope God. What you hoping for? This man can't fail.
He can't.
This is the architect of the universe that we know of. I'm talking about, and there's more to the universe.
Yeah,
we'll never know. We don't even know about the ocean that in this planet we live on.
We definitely don't. It's
That always
so-
trips me out.
So why don't you have that faith? I sat there and I watched. I sat there and watched the door, and nobody could understand what I was doing. I'm like, I'm watching the door. They said, why? Because all these people come in this church, they shake hands, they talk, they speak to the preacher, and they sit down. Even today, when we walked in here, nobody stopped and shook the chair, checked it to make sure it was strong. You had faith that the chair was going to hold you up when you sat down.
I did.
But they can't trust what the preacher's saying about God, an omnipresent being that's everywhere at the same time.
And what you said, the architect of it all.
The architect of the universe.
The architect of it all. So I think that's the greatest lesson you can leave for everybody.
Have faith is my lesson. Yeah. Have faith. Because if you can go to church and believe the pew going to hold you up, believe God going to hold you up too.
Amen.
Okay.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
it.
Hold on. I got you, cuz. I got you. I got
Now
you.
that show preached.
Listen.
That preached. It's the truth, though. It's the truth.
But I have to say something else too as
Okay.
well.
Go ahead.
And this is about 2 years ago. I became a Prince Hall Mason. And I'm telling you, their motto is to make good men better. It works. People are going to tell you a lot of things that you may find weird about us, but the weird stuff is not true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have strong faith in God. And all I can say is they have made me a better person, brought me from where I was to where I am. I'm totally different now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You need something.
Yeah. But my lesson is have faith. I mean, I don't care. I mean, how many games have you seen where the last second shot saved the day?
Yeah, man.
Can't give up.
You can't.
Don't give up. The ones that went before us, they don't want us to give up.
No, they
No.
don't.
Nah, that's
Not at
that's
all.
something I
That's
know for
very
sure.
true.
They had the same blood run through their veins that we got through ours.
Yeah.
And we got to live up to our potential too. We got to do it for them too. And their kids that's still here.
Right.
They got to see where they came from and what their family's capable of. You know. So we can't fall short.
Church.
Real.
Well, is there anything else you want to leave to them? Is there anything you want to say to either one of us as your cousins in love? Like I know on a lot of episodes, if you like, I give my flowers to you in terms of love. You my big cousin. You one of my ones. One of the coolest cats I know on this earth. Like I said, ain't nothing slicker than a can of oil in a mechanic shop.
Yeah.
Kanega not gonna write that
She ain't
down.
gotta write
though.
that down.
She ain't gonna
Not
write that
gonna
down.
write
She ain't
that
gonna write
down.
that down.
She
She ain't
refuses.
gonna write that down.
I'm not gonna let her. He trying so hard.
No, I've been saying that. That's normal talk. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But just know that I love you. I'm really appreciative of you for doing this for us. Just because I like having these moments of just kind of seeing, sharing your life, sharing your walk, sharing the fact that you do believe in God, and know that faith is the thing that keeps us together. So
It is.
I kind of got the cheat code though. I kind of seen a lot of things unexplainable, and it was only one answer for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to go with that.
I didn't
But-
tell Kane to write down Architect of the Universe, but I like it. And I'm probably gonna write it somewhere and just act like it's my first time seeing it.
Hey, just
Because
take,
he is, but I that helps me put stuff into perspective.
right. And what I want to leave y'all with is I love y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Love you too,
With all my
Pastor.
heart. And you already know.
I
Even though
love
I
you
done
too.
changed, he's still working on me now.
Hey, no, I know.
I'm not a finished product, you know what I'm saying? So,
I know who to call if
So,
things
yeah.
if things get crazy.
Listen,
like,
I know who to call when I make
I
that
got
point.
people's right up here. You know what I mean?
If things
I
get
got folks
crazy,
right up here.
I know who to call. Like
Yeah.
cousin, it's not looking.
Yeah,
good.
what's understood ain't got to be explained. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, y'all already know what
Now
it
you
is.
ain't heard that one, have you?
I've heard that.
Okay, I
before,
wanted to. I got to
sir.
check with you, man.
Right.
Sir.
Anyway, if you would like more of this, make sure you go to BibleStudyGirl.com where there are blog posts very regularly. The Bible Study Girl YouTube channel is now up and running. This is another one of those audio only episodes, but trust and believe we're going to have a system by the next time that I come in town that we're going to get a couple visual episodes so that way y'all can see some of these people that
Part
we
two.
be talking about.
When I come back for part 2, y'all get to see my face.
Because part 2 is going to be, because I got to get more of these stories.
Yeah.
And we just got to talk about the kids and stuff more. Speaking of, shout out to Jalen, Jada, and John Boy. Shout out to all three of y'all, because y'all know I love the J's and I love the K's too, but
Yeah,
this is the
J's
J's
and the
episode.
K's.
But yeah, so go to that website. If you want to hit us up on Twitter, go to Bible Study Girl, the number 2. On Instagram, it is _ Bible Study Girl. On Facebook, make sure you go to Bible Study Girl. Follow the page so that way you can be enlightened of all the things that we're doing. The videos will also be on there as well. Probably a short time after they've been on YouTube, we'll work something out to make that accessible for those of you who just use Facebook and don't use YouTube. And remember, it is not.
Did you do the email?
Oh, and the email, if you want to hit us up, you can hit us up on the Bible Study Girl Facebook page or use our email, BibleStudyGirl2019@gmail.com. And that's whether you want prayer requests, if you want to come on and do another faith walk. Thank you for being our first faith walk of 2023.
Woohoo!
I really
Yes,
do. Really,
sir.
really,
Lead
really,
by
really
example.
and remember, guys, it is not wallowing in our sin that preaches, but we preach.
And until we meet again, guys, keep preaching.